Over the weekend, I made some updates to Iverson that I think are going to help you become a better trader. I want to talk about what the updates are, why I made them, and why I think they're going to be more effective. And then I'll show you a couple examples of how to use them, and then a couple of trades that I took this morning using these signals. So the first thing I did is I wanted to make every single signal incredibly clear. At first, we had like a lot of language inside of these signals, and it was a lot to parse through and try to figure out what Iverson was telling you to do. So we simplified it. We have a direction, a price target, and then a rationale. That's number one. Now, the next thing I updated was the price target. I wanted Iverson to tell us how far a price might move up or down within 2 minutes. Why I felt this was really important is, well, for the obvious, you know maybe where price could go based on AI's generation and their analysis, which is probably better than our own. That's one. But two, the reasoning and the rationale behind some of these signals is really good. But if we don't know how much movement there could be potentially, then it's not the greatest analysis because we don't know what to do with it. This is a huge problem that I used to have way back when I was a new trader was like, I've got all these support and resistance lines, I've got all these trend lines, I've got all this everything, but how do I know how far price is going to move once I get into a trade? Or what am I looking for when I get into the trade to know that this was successful or not? And so I wanted Iverson to tell us, hey, if we're going to get a trade, like what does this look like? And what's the proper price target? How much might price move up or down? That's going to help us spot some really good opportunities, especially if you see price curling up, you see a bearish signal in a 10 to 15 point prediction below where price is, and vice versa the other way. I count a trade very similar to that on Friday, on Monday, and today being Tuesday. Another way you could use Iverson in a not so obvious way is to take the price predictions and contrast that to where price currently is. For example, price is sitting at 365, 21,365. Let's say we got a bullish signal and the signal, the price target was 367. Okay, so we're predicting a 2 point move up. Well, that might be an opportunity for you to not take a trade because Iverson is basically saying we don't see price going much higher than this level over the next 2 minutes. So you can filter out trades where there could be a ton of downside and a little bit of upside, and it might not be worth it for you to take that trade. You'll see this a couple times as well where price will move beyond where the price target already is. So this is an example, it'll change in just a second, but we have 21,354 and price is like 20 points ahead of that. Now that would be an opportunity for you not to take a short into that level, but just to wait for Iverson to catch back up. Here's a great example. 21,375 is the price target. We're sitting at 21,370 already. And we opened up at like 372 or 373. So this would be another opportunity for us to not take a trade and just kind of sit back and wait. What is price going to do off of this rebound? If it pulls back dramatically, we might get a bearish signal. If it continues to move back maybe towards VWAP, we might get a bullish signal. But we can use the price target to help filter out some of the trades that we're seeing because it might not make sense for us to take a 2 to 3 point long when price could pull back on us 10 to 15 points in a sneeze. Now, one final update I made at the end of Wednesday going into Thursday was I asked ChatGPT, I asked the AI to essentially weight a few different indicators, a few different price action patterns heavier than others. And what that did is it gives us much higher confidence signal scores. Okay, we don't get as many 60 to 65 anymore. We get a lot of 70, 75, 80, 85. So our confidence scores are a little bit elevated compared to where they were before. As an example, our average confidence score is at 76. That used to hover around 70 or 69 or just about 70, maybe 71. It was never this high. And so I want you guys to take that into consideration too when you're looking at these trades. Yes, these 85s and some of these 90s that we even get are very aggressive. They could be, pullbacks, but it's even that much more important to start matching up the 2 minute with the 1 minute or making sure you're taking trades that align with the 5 minute and the 2 minute so that you're staying on the right side of price and on the right side of the trade. These signals have a lot more confidence because, again, we're weighting certain aspects of the data that we're giving it heavier than others. And so that has allowed for higher confidence scores because the AI is either going to be very right or very wrong, and a lot of times is more right than wrong. And then we took that and then we tied it into Iverson as well. Per always, let me know what you think. I want your feedback. What is helping you? What's not helping you? What can I add? What can I take away that'll help you make more money using this software? That's number one. Number two, if you are getting value from this, I ask that you invite your friends. Post a link. Tell people to join. It's completely free. I want to get as many people as I can in testing it so that we can continue to build this thing as good as it possibly can be, and a lot of you can make way more money. All right, so I got a couple of trades in the back that you can watch, a couple of explanations as to why I didn't take a couple trades, so you can see that and me using Iverson and Iverson only to make some decent money today, and I will see you guys tomorrow. This is a perfect example of a signal that we could ignore. So we got our price target at 21,365. Price is currently at 21,382. Now that's because price bounced up, but this candle opened basically at 368. And so we don't necessarily want to take this trade because the AI is calling for a 3-point drop. The ATR is sitting somewhere around 20, which means each candle is about 20 points. So looking for a 3-point move when each candle is worth about 20 points isn't going to be a winning strategy. That's something we can probably wait and ignore. And so we can use these signals to filter out bad trades, and this is an example of that. Yes, price did move down, but it really roared back up. So depending on your entry, especially if you went short, probably didn't work out for you very well. So we'd want to wait and see where price is going to take us here. Oh wow, we got a bullish price target here at 90. Let's go ahead and take a buy right here. This is interesting. So we'll go to stop at 9 points. Let's see if price can pop here and run up to maybe this top or maybe even get to that 90 price target. Let's see. There's our pop. My stop up a little bit, good. Got taken out of that trade pretty quick, but buck 90 there, not a bad setup. Let's see if price does actually get to our level here. And there it went. Got to our 90 level. Awesome signal there. I was only able to capture about $150, $190 on that trade, but a really good signal. Got our 390 price prediction. We got price to run up to that 390 level and then some right here at the peak, which it went up 2 extra points. And the price is kind of, well, we'll see where it's dancing, but really good signal there. Really good. New signal 84. All right, so we're bearish and we're sitting at about 15 points away. So let's go ahead and take a short right here. This one's a little gutsy. I don't know that I love this call here. But let's see where price takes us here. Iverson's basically calling for a reversal at this top. So let's see what ends up happening here. Deal with a little bit of drawdown. I'm fine with that. It's calling for a 16-point drop. And so let's see if price can move that way for us. We had the same price action earlier. We had price get up here and then move back down. Let's see if the same pattern happens again. Okay, so there's price moving back down for us. Good. Good. There we go. Very nice. Very nice. So I have a new price target of 402. So we're 8 points away from that. Let's go ahead and take a sell right there. Let's see if we can ride price down here. Here we go. Stop place. Let's see if we can get price to run a little bit for us. Good. See new signal here. Okay, we're looking to play off these highs and go short off of this. So let's see. Let's go and enter a sell right here. See if we can ride down a bit and capture some movement there. Wow, okay. Oops. Okay, nice. There we go. I've got a bearish down to 404. This is interesting. So price is calling for a basically reversal. Iverson's calling for basically a reversal here. So let's see what we got. Take a sell right there. I'm a little hesitant on this trade. I don't love it, but we'll see what we get. So Iverson's calling for this to be somewhat the top, and then we roll back down and recapture a lot of the value that this candle created. So we'll see how that works out for us. Good. All right, very nice trade there. Very nice trade there.